Hello, welcome to Yoga Flow. And today we're going to have a little bit of a different class than we normally do. We're still going to flow, but we're going to do a much slower flow. So we're going to move through things slower than we normally do. We're going to have some longer holds. So for those of you that have been wanting that, that's going to be a blessing to you. Those of you that are not used to moving slower, that's going to be a little bit of a challenge for you. So just go with it. Stay with your intention, stay with your breath. It'll be all good. So you'll want a strap today and a block or two, maybe a blanket for knee cushion. We're going to start with the strap and we're going to come onto our backs to begin to. So I'm just going to come off this block here. And as you come onto your back, just kind of roll the shoulders around. If you need to move clothes around, just kind of do that. Just kind of get situated here. And then take your feet as wide as your mat. And with a little bit of belly engagement, belly into the spine, let the knees go into a nice little windshield wiper here because it feels good. So this is a movement that I strongly recommend, especially as you age, to do in the morning before you get out of the bed. You can do it just right in the bed. It can be a game changer. Okay. And then from here, just come back into center. Take one knee at a time into the chest. Now I'm going to hold the back of the knees here. And I'm taking my knees as wide as the shoulders, and I'm finding length from crown to tail as I pull my knees in here. Good. And then while we're here, just roll those ankles and feet in one direction. Good. And then we'll roll them in the other. Okay. And then we'll just gently release, taking the feet back down to the floor. Inhale, take the arms up overhead. Let the hands rest right at the heart space. And sink in for a moment and find that intention. So find a positive intention. So maybe something, fun that's coming up that you're looking forward to. Maybe coming to this practice. Good. Maybe grateful that, so it's winter in Kentucky right now, that each day we move closer to spring. Each day we have more sunlight. So if you're not a winter person, that's a positive to look forward to. And then from here, when you're ready, once you have that, we'll just gently release. Now, grab your strap, and we're going to take the right foot into the strap, and we're going to do some dynamic stretching here. So let the left knee just bend, and you don't have to grip too high for right now, but have a piece of strap in each hand. So we're just going to take that leg forward, bring it back, gentle tug, and forward, and gentle tug, and forward. We'll tug it in. You can choke up now. Let the knee be slightly bent here. Upper body is going to be grounded, belly button is in. If you press the heel towards the ceiling, you might feel a deeper stretch in the back side of that leg. And we're still expanding that rib cage on the breath. Good. And we'll gently release. Let's take both straps into the right hand. You don't have to have a high grip here. We're going to take this into some circles. So you want both hips, both shoulders to stay grounded. Bigger circles are more challenging than smaller ones. And your belly button is in. So this is a sneaky way to warm up the core a little bit here. Good, let's reverse that circle. Good, and then when you're ready, we'll come back in. Now, you can choke up on those straps. Take that right leg out to the right, both hips, both shoulders grounded. And you might have to wiggle around to find your sweet spot. That's okay. Breathe and expand. And then we'll come back up here. So your left leg's going to come a little bit longer, both straps into the left hand. Good. And then we're just going to arc over and open. And arc and open, arc, open, arcing it over. We're going to stay in the arc. Wiggle around if you need to find your sweet spot here. And then if you want something sweeter, you can move the foot around from the ankle. And you'll know it when you hit it because it's going to feel extra special from the hip all the way into the heel. Good, and then we'll come back up. Let's do a midair switcheroo. Good, so a strap in each hand, a little bit lower, and here we go. We'll take it forward and a tug, and forward and tug, and forward. We'll come back in. Good. Higher choked up grip here, micro bend in the knee, and again, you can take that heel more towards the ceiling for a deeper stretch. Breathe and expand. Come back to that positive intention. And when you're ready, good, we'll gently release. Both straps into the left hand now. We're going to go into those circles. So remember, smaller circles are easier than larger ones. We want both hips and shoulders to stay on your mat. And then let's reverse that direction. And then we'll come up. Good. You can choke up on those straps. Take that left leg out to the left. You can wiggle around until you find your sweet spot here. I'm too close to my wall. I'm going to come out. There we go. Breathe and expand. Both hips grounded. And then we'll take that up. Good. So from here, I'm going to take both straps into the right hand now. I'm going to lengthen that right leg. So we're going to cross over and open, and over and open and over. You can choke up. You can hold it here, wiggle around, find your sweet spot. You can move that foot around, finding the sweeter spot. This is my tighter side because the left side is my stronger side. Even though I'm right-handed, my left side tends to work a little harder. And when you're ready, we'll come back up. Good. You can take your foot out of that strap. Keep your strap. Now I'm going to keep my strap folded in half here, and we're going to move forward and back with the strap. So you want to hold on to the end enough so that you don't get hit in the face with any kind of buckles or hardware. But we're going to come into our bridge prep here. So hips, knees, and toes are going to track. Make sure the heels are not too close or too far away. I've got some tautness here on the strap. I'm reaching forward. Before we do that, let's just see where we are with the shoulders. So take that back, and you may come all the way back. You might not. What you're looking for here is for the rib cage to stay grounded. So if you're taking your arms back and the rib cage starts to pop up here, don't take the arms any farther back until, you want to stop right before the rib cage pops up. But from here, move forward and back. And that might improve a little bit for some of you if you have that issue. It takes time to work through that. Good. Now we're going to take this with the hips. So from here, inhale, exhale, press into the feet as the arms lift. The hips will lift. Arms come up, lower the hips. And arms lift, hips lift. Arms come up, lower back down. Good. We're going to take this up. Hold your bridge. Now, arms only are going to move forward and back. Notice your bridge. Do you have a tendency to squeeze the glutes when you come up? And if you do, I do too, you could relax that and find how your bridge feels a little different. If you don't, squeeze the glutes and notice how it feels different. And then when you're ready, arms up to the ceiling, hips and arms will lower back down. We'll wiggle, wiggle, wiggle to the side. Good. I'm going to take my strap to the side. We'll come back to it. Different transitions for different people. If rolling like a ball is not your jam for any reason, roll over to your side, come to all fours. Those of you that are able to do that, you can cross at the ankles. We're going to lift up. Good. Grab your feet. Good. Knees are in. You're moving with the breath and the core. Take a few rounds here. And then we'll come all the way up, moving forward right into all fours. Good. So I am going to bring in my little knee cushion blanket here. Good. Spreading the fingers wide, reading through the knuckles of pinky, pointer, and thumb. Shoulders are over, slightly behind the wrist. Tops of the feet are down. Hips are over the knees. Knees can be slightly wider than the hips if you've got a back issue. So from here, nice big cat-cow. Inhale, heart comes forward, pelvis tips back. Exhale and really round, press away, look to the thighs. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Now really press away. Let this be a nice big stretch here. Good. And come back to all fours. Taking the right foot back, press evenly into big toe and pinky toe mouth. Letting that right hip drop slightly, a micro bend in the elbows. I'm pressing through that heel. I'm breathing and expanding. I'm staying with my intention. From here, I'm going to come forward. Good. You can have a small lift or a hip height lift. Left arm's going to come forward. I'm going to press away from that floor with the right shoulder. 5 breaths. One more. And take that down. We'll all come to a child's pose here. Knees together as wide as the mat, somewhere in between. Arms can be long in front of you or back by the ankles. Let it be an active child's pose. Zip up from pubic bone to behind the navel. Breathe and expand. If your arms are long in front of you and you want something a little bit different here, grab the sides of your mat. Pull or push forward, maybe a gentle tug to the side. And when you're ready, we'll come back to all fours. So going into the left side, left foot's going to come back. I'm pressing evenly to the big toe mounds of pinky and big toe. I think I said that. For some reason, that just didn't come out right. Good. Pressing back through the heel. Belly button is in. Drop that left hip just a little bit. Today's one of those days where my mouth is working faster than my brain, or my brain is working faster than my mouth. So having trouble syncing up a little bit here. Good. Okay, we'll come forward, lift that back leg. Right arm comes forward, holding here 5 breaths. One more breath. Good, taking that down, good. Small child's pose here. Good. Now, what we're gonna do here, we're gonna go back into that. We're gonna alternate, kind of go into a little bit of a marching here with the sunbird. So the faster you go, the harder it is, the more that the core, both the front and the back side, have to stabilize. So this is a good little core warm up here. But you don't want to go so fast that you lose form, fall out of balance, you know, those kinds of things. So you're in charge of your pace here. So I'm going to start left leg back, right arm forward, and taking that down, and other side, and down, and other side, and down, other side, and down. Now I'm going to start to pick this up a little bit here. It's real easy to get carried away, so be mindful. Good. One more time. Good. And then we'll take that down, decompress. We are going to move forward here into a plank pose. You can have knees down or lifted. You choose where you need to be there. Good, so I'm gonna come up and do lifted. Shoulders are over behind the wrist. If your knees are lifted, press back through the heels. Everyone will take their chest a little bit more forward, finding a little bit more length here. Belly button is in. We're breathing. With knees bent or hinging from the hips, find your down dog. Inhale, exhale, move forward, find that plank. Inhale, exhale, find that downward facing dog. Right leg lifts 3-point. Inhale, exhale, 3-legged plank as you move forward. Exhale, 3-leg dog. Right foot comes down. Left leg lift, 3-legged dog. Inhale, exhale. Take that forward, 3-leg plank. Taking it back, 3 legs dog. Left foot comes down. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Come to blocks here if you can't touch the floor. Good. I'm just going to dangle for a moment. So I'm going to let my knees bend a little bit here. Let the head shake, yes. Let the head shake, no. Good. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Hands to blocks, 4, shins or thighs, long spine. Exhale, and we're going to bow. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, long spine as you come up here. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding your breath, your mountain, that positive intention. All right. Slow and controlled on these flows. So here we go. Big inhale and reach. Exhale, we'll hinge and fold. Come to blocks if you need to. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, step back into your plank. Hold the plank. Knees down or lifted. Shoulder issue people, take your knees down. And then as slow and controlled as possible, we're going to lower down to the belly, trying not to collapse through the upper body. Good. We'll untuck the toes. I'm going to take these a little bit more forward. Hands a little forward into the side, rolling shoulders back. Belly button is in. Inhale, exhale, find a baby cobra, a medium cobra, or a high cobra. Shoulders are in their pockets, so they're not creepy by the ears, and we're not hanging in the low back like this. You want to be supported, and we'll lower that down. Inhale, exhale, Find a baby cobra, a medium cobra, or a high cobra. Or those of you that have up dog, you can tuck your toes and come up in there for upward facing dog. And we'll lower that back down. And wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Hands under the shoulders. Stronger, more experienced yogis can tuck the toes, push up in a plank, shift back down dog. Everyone else follow me through tabletop, lifting up into downward facing dog. Breathe and expand. From downward facing dog, when you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center, finding breath, finding mountain intention. So we're going to do 2 sun salute A's here. You choose where you need to take it. So when you come back to the plank, you can hold that. Child's pose, down dog, cobra, or upward dog. Find it where you need it. Flowing is optional from this point. But nice and slow and controlled. Big inhale and we'll reach. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. You choose, take or skip a flow. Find stillness in your downward facing dog. Find your breath. And from that downward facing dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, and we'll lift. Exhale, and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, plant the hands. Step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow. Coming back to breath and stillness in your down dog. And from that downward facing dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center, finding breath, mountain, intention. We're going to add on to that now. So you'll probably want blocks handy here for some lunges. So big inhale and we'll reach. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. From this bow, I'm going to bring in my blocks here. I'm going to step my right foot back. I'm going to come into my left up runner. Left heel is grounded. Left knee is over slightly behind the ankle. I'm going to take my left hip back here just a smidge. I'm pressing back through my right heel. If your right knee is grounded, you won't have to worry about that, but I'm pressing back through the heel, so my heel is not grounded. I'm taking my chest forward a little bit here. Strong through the back leg. Don't let it be lazy and droopy. Really press. From here, the right knee is going to ground. Good. And then from here, gently, we'll come up. Reach, look up, zip up. Maybe open up. Come back to your intention. Coming back up. Reach and lengthen as you come forward. You can move your blocks more forward if you use those. Planting the hands, tucking the back toe, lifting the back knee, front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip a flow. Find your breath. Find that stillness in your down dog. From down dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. This time you can bring your blocks in here if you need to. The left foot's gonna step back, right up runner. So I'm just gonna bring this in for knee cushion when I get to that side. Good. So right knee is over the ankle or behind it. Right heel is grounded. I'm pressing back through that left heel. I'm strong in that back leg. My chest is coming a little bit more forward, finding a little bit of length. Maybe my right hip needs to come back just a little bit here. And then from here, that left knee will ground down, untucking that back toe. Good. With stability, rise. Look up, zip up. Maybe we'll open up. Coming up, reaching, lengthening as you come forward. Blocks are going to come more forward if you use those. Plant the hands, tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, front foot steps back, and you choose, take or skip a flow. Finding the stillness, the intention, and the breath in your down dog. And notice here, by doing a little bit of a slower flow, as your body opens up, do you pay attention more how your body opens up? Does it open up a little bit differently than when we move a little bit faster? There's not a right or wrong answer. I just want you to notice. From that down dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll fold. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding your breath, your mountain, your intention. We're going to go to one slower pace, sun salute B here. I'm going to go ahead and have my blocks a little bit more forward. So those of you with a back issue, balance issues, or maybe you're just newer, I want you to have feet and legs hip width apart. If you don't have any of those things going on, you can step the feet closer together or together for a little bit more challenge. So kind of be in charge of you and what you need. Good. I'm going to be hip width apart though. Big inhale and reach. Exhale, we're going to sit back into a chair. So everyone's chair is going to look a little different. Just relax the shoulders. Belly button is in. Heels are connected. If your feet are hip width apart like mine are, can you keep hip, knees, and toes tracking? Can you root in into the sides of the mat, getting that outer line of engagement like you're trying to rip the mat apart? Those of you with feet and legs together, can you zip up a little tighter through the midline, a little bit more inner thigh engagement there? Good. Now, some of you are going to stay right here in this chair. Others are going to take that a little bit lower into a sphere. Heels are grounded. Good. Now, whether you're in skier or chair, press through the heels, press through the glutes. We're going to slowly come up here, zip up the upper body, the front body. Good. Find that nice standing back bend. I told you my brain and my mouth are having trouble connecting today. And inhale, exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, exhale. Good. Gentle fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway, long spine. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, plant the hands. Step or hop back to a plank. And then you choose, take or skip a flow. Good. Finding that rest, finding breath, finding intention in that down dog. Left leg's going to lift 3 points, bending that left knee. Inhale, exhale, round as you move forward. Step or pick up and put the left foot forward between the hands. Use a block to help with stability here if you need that. Warrior prepping. Good. Now, be stable as we rise. Warrior one. So remember that little alignment cue. You want your ears, shoulders, and hips to eventually be in alignment here. So if you can't do that because you're like this, lengthen that front leg. And over time, as those hip flexors open up, then you'll be able to come a little bit deeper here. Press back through the back edge of the back foot. Maybe the front hip comes back. I'll move this out of the way so you can see. Good. Could you, with your left foot, that front foot, press the big toe and pinky toe mounds into the floor, but lift the little toes? So you're not lifting the big toe mounds off the floor, coming up on the heel. You're just lifting toes only, and then we'll lower. Could you do the same thing to the back, pressing big toe and pinky toe mounds in, lifting toes? A little bit harder with that back foot. And then we'll lower. Zip up, inhale, exhale, reach, 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 reach. Taking that path to the mat, swivel up the back foot, front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip your flow. Finding that little rest and down dog. And when you're ready, right leg's gonna lift 3 points, bending that knee. Round, step or pick up and put the right foot forward between the hands. Warrior prepping the back foot, using a block to help you if you need it. And when you're stable, rise. Warrior one. Lengthen that front leg if you need to. Front hip's gonna come back just a little bit here. Relaxing shoulders. Zip up that front body. And again, just like on the other side, could you press into big toe and pinky toe mounds of that right foot, that front foot, lifting toes only? Could you lower those toes down? Could you do the same on the back? It's a lot harder. And lower down. Inhale, exhale, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen as you take that back down. Planting the hands, swiveling up the back foot, front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip a flow. And then once you've come here, good. We're gonna drop the knees. We're gonna find a child's pose. So knees can be together as wide as the mat or somewhere in between. Arms will be long in front of you. Again, breathe and expand. And when you're ready, we're gonna come back up. Good. Halfway up or so, walk your hands over to the right. Walk the left fingertips forward. Lift the hips. Press into the right hand. Sink towards the left. Breathe and expand. Coming back up. Moving back through center. Half or full child's pose. Coming up, walking the hands over to the left, walking the right fingertips forward, lift the hips a little bit here, press into the left hand, sink towards the right, breathe and expand. And coming back up and moving back through center. Half or full child's pose. We're gonna take this belly down now. So I'm just gonna move my little blanket out of the way. So we're gonna move belly down, bring that strap in here. Some people will need it, some people won't. I'm gonna just move these blocks out of the way here. Good. Taking arms long in front of you, facing the floor. Legs are gonna be hip width apart here. Belly button is in. Big inhale, exhale, lift up the upper body. How high you come matters on as long as you're not crunching. So if it feels like you're crunching, that means you're crunching. Maybe the lower body can lift here. And we'll lower back down. Good. We'll take the hands by the hips. Palms can be up or facing down, personal preference. Same thing, zipping up through the front body, belly button is in. Inhale, exhale, lift up. Maybe lower body lifts. And lower back down. Good. If you are someone that needs to come back into a child's pose right now, after 2 rounds of extension, go ahead and do that. Those of you that can bind back here comfortably with the hands without any wrist or shoulder issues can still do that. Those of you that are like me that can't do that without a shoulder or a wrist problem, take your strap. Now that's gonna go right along the low back here. And you're gonna work your hands toward each other. They don't have to touch, but you're going in that direction. Good. Palms are gonna face up towards the ceiling. Good. Belly button is in. Inhale, exhale. As you lift the upper body, push that strap towards the feet. And then some of you are gonna lift that lower body. And when you're ready, we'll lower that back down. We'll release, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. From here, we're all gonna press back into a child's pose. Take a big breath, come back to your positive intention. And then when you're ready, find your way back to your downward facing dog. The shoulders are in their pockets. You're putting hands in and forward into the mat. Belly button is in, head and neck are free. Heels may not touch the floor. From down dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, long spine as we lift all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. All right, We're going to go into our balance challenge here. This is going to be a longer warrior 3 hold that we will step back into warrior 2 in. So if you know that a full warrior 3 is not your jam, have your blocks handy so you can do a grounded one. And be mindful, we're going to start on the left leg first. Be mindful that your hip, knee, and toe always track forward. So when we come in here, then we don't turn things inward. Practicing that way puts risk on your knee, your hip, and your low back. And we're trying not to have those problems or improve those. So hip, knee, and toe, the left leg, come forward. Zipping up, we're going to pick up the right foot. The higher you go, the harder it is. If you're not stable when you're lower, you will not be more stable when you're higher. So be mindful. Good. Inhale, exhale, carefully take that back. Warrior 3, reaching back. So your right toes and hips face the floor, not out to the side. Left hip, knee, and toe track forward. Press out of that heel if you can. If not, it's harder than it appears to be. Take your hands down to your blocks. Belly button is in. We're going to breathe here. We're going to make it burn a little bit. From here, bending both legs, reach that right leg back, warrior prep, and come up, warrior 2. So same issue here that you might have in warrior 1. So if you can't, do this thing or this thing back here, lengthen this leg so ears, shoulders, and hips can be in that better alignment. Front hip's gonna come back. Good. Hip, knee, and toe track. Shoulders are relaxed. Gaze is off the tip of those front fingers. Breathe. Come back to intention. With a bent front knee or a lengthened front leg, take it back into exalted. If you like to arm bind or wrap here, find what you like. Inhale, exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, exhale, we're gonna cartwheel that down. We're gonna come at 2 blocks here. Taller people, you're gonna want the higher setting here to start. Average people maybe down here. But swivel up the back foot. We're on parallel railroad tracks. And then I'm gonna lengthen that front leg, but I'm keeping the micro bend in the knee. I don't wanna lock it out. And I'm taking my chest forward because I want length in the torso. I'm pressing back strongly through that back heel, but my back heel is not grounded. For some of you, this is going to be it. Those of you that want to keep going deeper here, take your hands or your blocks more forward. That'll allow you to keep that length as you take this into a deeper little fold. Come back to that positive intention. From here, if you took that into a little bit of a deeper fold, you can bring that back up a little bit. Put a bend in that front knee. Good. Planting the hands, front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip a flow. From the downward facing dog when you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding your breath. your mountain, your intention. We get to do that all to the other side. So I'm just going to switch sides here with my blocks. Good. So from here, your right leg is going to be the supporting leg first for the warrior 3. So right hip, knee, and toe are going to trek forward, zipping up. Good. Find that little lift of the left foot. Don't take it any higher than where you're stable. And then when you're ready, inhale, exhale. Good. We'll take that back. Good. Find a full warrior 3 here or a grounded one. Right hip, knee, and toe track forward. They don't turn in or turn out. Left toes, knees, and hips are facing the floor. Could you press out of that right heel? Breathe. And then when you're ready, bending both knees, reaching the left leg back, warrior prep, find warrior 2. So find that nice ear, shoulder, hip alignment if you can, lengthening this front leg if you need to. Front hip will come back just a little bit. Hip, knee, and toe track forward. When you're ready with a bent front knee or a lengthened front leg, we'll take that back and find exalted. If you did an arm wrap or an arm bind here, at this point on the other side, find something similar. Inhale, exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, exhale, cartwheel that down. Good. Bring your blocks in here. Swivel up that back foot. Good. You're on the parallel railroad tracks with the legs, with the feet. Lengthen that front leg. Press back through the back heel. Lengthen that torso. Find the block height that's appropriate for your height. And then if you want to go deeper, you can take your hands or blocks more forward. Your right hip is back. Good. Bringing hands and blocks back in. Good. Putting a bend in the front knee. Good. You can take the hands down. Front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip a flow. And once you're there, finding that down dog. Good down dog form. Shake the head, yes. Shake the head, no. Good. We're going to come back to a child's pose here. So knees are going to come down. They can be together as wide as the mat or somewhere in between. Arms long in front of you. Breathe and expand. And one more time, we're going to come forward onto the belly. Good. Good. Arms are going to come forward here. Palms can be down or facing each other. That's going to be a personal preference. Legs are about hip width apart here. Big inhale, zip up through the front body, lift the upper body. Now lift the lower if you can. Remember, no crunching. Good. And we're going to go into a swim here. So as I lower my left arm, my right leg is going to lift. And then I'm going to alternate side to side here. Good. Squeeze with the glutes. Squeeze the shoulders. You can take this a little bit faster, but only if you can balance on that pelvis. If you're doing this, you're out of control and you're going too fast. Good. Now from here, arms are going to come down. Legs are going to stay there. If you've got a back issue, you won't do this one. You'll just lower down and relax. Those of you that are okay with it, we're going to squeeze together. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hands under the shoulders. Woo. Press that back, child's pose. From the child's pose, when you're ready, we're going to come to a seat. Good. I'm going to take my left leg forward first. I'm going to bring my right foot in here. So you can be here. You can cross over. You can bring this leg in as long as both hip bones are grounded. So you see how I kind of want to hike up here. So I'm going to come back and practice here. So you want both sit bones grounded. Good. We'll press in, find that length. Inhale, exhale. We're going to twist to the right or whatever side that top leg is coming from. That's the direction you're going to twist. Both shoulders are relaxed. Breathe and expand. Inhale, exhale, coming back. We'll switch sides. They're bringing in the left foot. You can keep it here. You can cross it over. You can bring this leg in. Find what you need. Find your length. Inhale, exhale. Take that twist to the left. And when you're ready, we'll come back to center. Good. From here, different things for different people. Some of you, I'm just going to put this up the way. Some of you are going to come to boat. So those of you that can't rock back and forth for whatever reason, you can find a boat here, 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 maybe no hands. Those of you that can rock, we're going to do this Ashtanga style. We're going to rock in a circle. So you can cross the ankles, grabbing the feet here. Good. And then try to go in that circle. And this is meant to be fun, not serious. This took me a while to be able to do. And then I can't always come on the other side, but I'm about halfway there. I'm out of gas, so I'm just gonna rest right here. So be with it, laugh at it, find some joy, some positivity with it there. I've been doing this for over 12 years, and it took me a while to do it. Most people don't master it in their first class or even multiple classes. It takes practice. So just be with it. We'll come back onto our backs. Grab a block here. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle for a moment. Now we're going to take this block, and you can have it here or here. Okay, we're going to take it underneath the hips. We're going to do a nice modified shoulder stand here. Good. I'm going to roll my shoulders back one leg at a time. We're going to come up and just breathe. And then while you're here, you can point and flex those feet. Roll those ankles in one direction. In the other direction. And when you're ready, we'll bend those knees 1 foot at a time. It's going to come to the floor. Now you're in a nice supported bridge pose here. Let's pause here for a moment. And then pressing into the feet, lifting the hips, removing that block, and we'll come down. Knees can come back into the chest, rock, rock, rock. We're going to use our strap for an assisted twist here. I'm going to bring that back in. I'm going to take my left foot into the strap. Good. Right leg's going to come long, straps into the right hand. Inhale, exhale. So you can arc over like we did in the beginning, or you can take it all the way over into the spinal twist. Keeping leg in line with the hip, put a block under there if you can't stay on your own. Maybe looking to the left, keeping left shoulder grounded. We'll come back to attention and notice again, how did your body and mind handle maybe a little slower practice than what we're used to? We'll come back up. Good. We'll do that midair switcheroo. I'm too close to my wall, so I'm gonna move out here. Good. So from here, you can do that arc over, or you can take that leg all the way over to the left, keeping it in line with the hip, right shoulder grounded, working to the right. And we'll come back to center. Release the foot from the strap. Take your knees into the chest, rock, rock, rock. We're going to come to Shavasana, short Shavasana. So you can take the legs long in front of you, let everything flip open. If your back doesn't like that, put a bend in the knees. You can also be on your side or on your back, or the belly rather. Be where you're comfortable, and I'll leave you here to practice the hardest yoga pose of all, being still. Gently start to come back, taking some deeper breaths. Choosing stillness, or gently taking head and neck from side to side. Choose stillness, or invite movement of fingers and toes. Choosing stillness, or bringing knees into the chest, keeping the upper body grounded, or maybe lifting it up if you want to come back to a nice full body hug. And choosing stillness, or taking legs long in front of you, arms long behind you, and reach and lengthen from the edge of the fingertips, the edge of the toes. Full body stretch, point and flex the feet, bend and stretch through the hands, twirling wrists and ankles in one direction and then in the other. And whenever you're ready, bending in both knees and carefully rolling over to right or left side, the side that works best for your body in this moment. Taking all the time you need. And when you're ready, we'll press up to a comfortable seat where we normally start our yoga practice. Sitting nice and tall, noticing how you feel. Palms up, inhale and reach, touching palms together, exhale, hands in heart center. Reconnecting with that positive intention you made for yourself one final time. We'll take thumbs to the forehead. For good and true thoughts. To our lips, for good and kind words. And to the heart, for open and loving hearts. Knowing no effort on this mat is ever wasted. No gain is ever reversed. May you be safe. May you stay well. You have a wonderful day, evening, week, month ahead. Namaste.